Dear students, yesterday we studied preparation and the physical properties of alkanes, conformations of alkanes. In today's class, we are going to study the chemical properties of alkanes and the uses of alkanes. Page number 188 to 190. So, generally, alkanes are less reactive in nature because it does not have any special functional group. It has only carbon as well as hydrogen atoms. So alkanes are having least reactivity. So we use a word paraffin. So paraffin is the old name of alkane. Now, olefin means alkenes, paraffins means alkanes. And the word is derived from Greek language Latin language. In Latin, paraffin represents little activity. So due to less reactivity, we call the alkanes as paraffin. Then this is a common chemical reaction in alkanes. In the presence of oxygen, alkanes will provide more heat energy with light. So that alkanes are used as a fuels. In our day-to-day life, we use many fuels. They are nothing but alkanes because of combustion reactions. In combustion reaction, they are providing more energy. So during this combustion reaction, how much oxygen is supplied, it will decide the product. So if we give enough amount of oxygen, sufficient quantity of oxygen is provided during the combustion reaction, it will give you carbon dioxide. If insufficient oxygen is provided, we will get carbon monoxide with water. So take an alkane, first member methane, which is burnt in the presence of oxygen. The sufficient quantity of oxygen is provided. It produces carbon dioxide gas with the liberation of water, and during this combustion reaction it liberates 890.4 kilojoule heat energy. This is an exothermic reaction. If insufficient oxygen is provided, the combustion reaction is taking place in the presence of nickel at 1273 Kelvin. It gives carbon monoxide with water. If only one oxygen molecule is combining with methane, it gives carbon blacks. Next, halogenation reaction. Since alkanes are aliphatic compounds, we are considering only aliphatic compounds, so substitution reaction is possible. Okay, so free radical substitution reaction is possible. So one of the free radical substitution reactions, halogenation reaction. So what are the halogens available? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. So halogenation is a general name. It is a substitution reaction. Hydrogen will be replaced by halogen atoms. If fluorine is involving in the substitution, it is called a fluorination. If chlorine is involving, it is chlorination. So there are 4 halogen atoms. So the word halogenation can be used as fluorination, chlorination, bromination, as well as iodination, and which is a fast process, which is a slow process. Generally, the fluorination is a quick process, so highly quick in nature. And if you take iodination, it is too slow in chemical reactivity. Okay, so this is a substitution reaction. The mechanism is free radical substitution mechanism. We take the first member of alkane, methane. When this is combining with halogen in the presence of sunlight or heat energy, when we provide heat energy, there will be substitution reaction. Hydrogen of alkane is replaced by a halogen, we will get alkyl halide. And this is a chain reaction. Every hydrogen atom will be replaced by a halogen. So we will get different products. So hydrogen is replaced by chlorine, we get methyl chloride with the liberation of hydrogen chloride gas. Again, the methyl chloride combines with halogen. One more hydrogen is replaced by chlorine. We get methylene chloride. The formed methylene chloride will involve in substitution reaction with halogen. One more hydrogen is replaced by chlorine. we get chloroform. The formed chloroform will involve in substitution with halogen. The remaining one more hydrogen is replaced by halogen. We get the final product carbon tetrachloride. So the reaction is stopped with the formation of carbon tetrachloride because further reaction cannot be taken place. All the hydrogen atoms are replaced by chlorine atoms. So the reaction will be stopped with the formation of carbon tetrachloride. We have to study the mechanism. This is followed via free radical substitution mechanism. So in free radical mechanism, there are three common steps: chain initiation, chain propagation, and chain termination. So three common process: initiation, propagation, and termination. So first, take initiation step. When chlorine molecule is heated or when they are exposed to sunlight, so in the presence of UV, there will be homolytic fission. Okay. So the covalent bond present between the chlorine atoms in chlorine molecule will involve in homolytic fission. It becomes chlorine free radical. So in 12th lesson we already studied what is a homolytic fission and heterolytic fission. Homolytic fission will lead to the formation of free radicals. Heterolytic fission will lead to the formation of a cation and anion. So in the presence of sunlight or UV light or in the presence of heat, the neutral chlorine molecule is involving in or it is undergoing a homolytic fission to provide free radicals, chlorine free radicals. So this is one of the intermediates like a nucleophile and electrophile. Sorry, attacking species. Okay. Next, propagation is the extension of a chain. So the chain reaction will be formed because of this propagation step. So in the initiation process, a free radical is formed, chlorine free radical is formed. This will attack the substrate molecule. So like a nucleophile and electrophile, free radical will act as an attacking species, and in some of the organic reactions it will be the intermediate. So here it is an attacking species. The formed chlorine free radical is attacking the substrate methane. So again there is a formation of methyl free radical, and the methyl free radical will attack the neutral chlorine molecule because the free radical is an attacking species. The formed methyl free radical will attack one more neutral chlorine molecule due to the homolytic fission. Chlorine free radical will be formed. So methyl free radical and one chlorine free radical will form the product methyl chloride. One more free radical is produced, and this creates a chain reaction. The produced chlorine free radical will attack one more substrate methane. Again a methyl free radical and a chlorine free radical will be formed. The chain is multiplied. Okay, the chain reaction is taking place. So we will get more and more free radicals as well as the product methyl chloride. So I repeat it. First step is the chain initiation. Due to homolytic fission, neutral chlorine molecule becomes chlorine free radical. It is an attacking species. In the propagation step, the formed free radical will attack the substrate. It produces methyl free radical with the formation of hydrogen chloride. This is also an attacking species. It will attack one more chlorine molecule. We get the product methyl chloride with the liberation of chlorine free radical. Again the chlorine free radical will attack one more substrate methane. Methyl free radical will be produced, and the desired product methyl chloride and one more chlorine free radical will be formed. The reaction is continuing as a chain reaction. At one particular stage we have to stop the reaction. There should be a termination. So for this chain termination we can follow different methods. The easiest one is the consumption of reactant will be over. If all the reactants are consumed, the reaction will be stopped. There will be a termination. So This is the simple technique. So in the propagation step, chlorine free radicals, methyl free radicals produced. So if all the reactants are consumed, reaction will be over. It will be terminated. So how the termination takes place? The formed chlorine free radical will form a neutral molecule. In the propagation step, methyl free radicals formed. The methyl free radical will join together. A new covalent bond is formed between the carbon atoms. Ethane is formed, or the methyl free radical will combine with the chlorine free radical. It forms a desired product, methyl chloride. So these are all the possibilities. In first step, chlorine free radical is produced. In the second step, chlorine free radical, methyl free radical, and the product. All the three things are formed. So there should be a termination. The termination may happen in the following methods. Chlorine free radicals can form the neutral chlorine molecule by the formation of a covalent bond. Methyl free radicals can form ethane by the formation of a covalent bond. Or methyl and chlorine free radicals may form the desired product. The chain reaction will be stopped. This is free radical substitution mechanism of halogenation reaction. Next, aromatization reaction. So like aliphatic compounds, we have aromatic organic compounds. Usually the aromatic compounds will be benzene and derivative of benzene, and some of the heterocyclic compounds will act as aromatic compounds that we will discuss in the next lesson. So alkanes can be used for preparing aromatic compounds. You take alkanes with the carbon atoms 6 to 10, like hexane, heptane, octane, nonane, decane. These alkanes can be taken. When the vapors are passed over chromic oxide supported on alumina at 873 Kelvin, we get an aromatic compound, benzene. This is the simplest aromatic compound. The process is called aromatization process. The fourth chemical reaction is alkanes reacts with steam. So the vapors of alkane and the steam are passed over the catalyst nickel at 1273 Kelvin. We get carbon monoxide and hydrogen, and this is the method of manufacturing hydrogen gas. Large quantity of hydrogen gas can be prepared by this method. So this is called a steam reforming process. Okay. Next one, pyrolysis process. So this is the process of cracking. Okay, simply we may say cracking of an alkane to produce many smaller fragments. The larger alkane molecule will be broken, or it will be cracked to get smaller fragments. The process is called pyrolysis. So usually the alkane will be heated. In the absence of air, the larger molecule will be broken to get smaller molecules. You take two molecules of propane at 773 Kelvin in the presence of metal catalysts. It will produce three major hydrocarbon components: methane, ethene, and propene. So from alkane, propane, three hydrocarbon components are obtained. Second example, take two molecules of ethane in the presence of a metal catalyst at 773 Kelvin. The molecule is broken. So due to this cracking process or pyrolysis process, we get two important fragments, methane and ethene or ethylene. Next, isomerization process. This is the process of converting a straight chain compound into a branched chain compound. One isomeric form of an alkane will be changed into another isomeric form. If you have a straight chain, it will be converted into branched chain isomer. You take N-butane. When N-butane is passed over aluminum chloride and hydrochloric acid at 298 Kelvin, we get isobutane. Okay, so this is a straight chain compound. It's a branched chain compound. Both are having same molecular formula but different chain or carbon skeleton. So N-butane and isobutane are the chain isomers. The process is called isomerization process. Okay. So generally, reactivity of alkane is less. Due to that, we call the alkanes as paraffins. In Latin, the meaning is little activity. The major chemical reaction of alkane is combustion reaction. To get heat energy, we use it in combustion reactions. Many domestic fuels or engines in the industry are working with the help of alkanes, which are acting as fuels. So, alkane is burnt in the presence of oxygen. It provides carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, carbon along with water. More amount of energy is produced. So, this is an exothermic process. Next one, substitution reaction. This is following free radical substitution mechanism. Every hydrogen atom is replaced by a halogen. This will take place in the presence of sunlight, or we have to heat halogen with alkane. So hydrogen atom is replaced by halogen. We get the different products: methyl chloride, methylene chloride, chloroform, and carbon tetrachloride. In free radical mechanism, there are three major steps: initiation, propagation, and termination. Initiation is the formation of a free radical. Propagation is the chain reaction. The produced free radical will be multiplied. It makes a chain reaction to produce a product along with the free radical. The reaction has to start. So, if all the reactants are completely consumed, reaction will be over. Or we can add some impurities like oxygen, okay, or we can heat it. So, in the propagation step, we had methyl free radical, chlorine free radical. So methyl free radicals can join together to form ethane. Chlorine free radicals can join together to form chlorine molecule. Or methyl and chlorine free radicals will join together to form the desired product, methyl chloride. Further reaction will give you methylene chloride, chloroform, and carbon tetrachloride. Aromatization is the process of converting an aliphatic alkane into aromatic compound. For that, we need alkane with at least 6 carbon atoms. 6 to 10 carbon atoms will be passed over chromic oxide supported by alumina. At 873 Kelvin, we get aromatic compound benzene. Then with the steam, alkanes will produce hydrogen. So this is the manufacturing of hydrogen, and it is called a steam reforming process. Next, pyrolysis is the process of thermal decomposition of organic compound in the absence of air due to supplying of heat. So alkane will give you many smaller fragments in the pyrolysis process. Next, isomerization. This is the process of converting one isomeric form of alkane into other isomeric form, the open chain compound. The straight chain N-butane is changed into branched isobutane. Next, what are the uses of alkanes? As I told already, alkanes are used as a fuels. When you take natural gas, we use natural gas, it is nothing but methane gas. And in our home, we use liquefied petroleum gas, LPG. This is a mixture of propane and butane. And in industry, we use gasoline. So in combustion engines, we use gasoline. It is a mixture of hydrocarbons, right? Many hydrocarbons will be mixed, and we can have carbon blacks. It is used for the manufacturing of ink, printer ink, and fillers, then black pigments. For all these preparations, we can use carbon black. So these are all chemical properties and uses of alkanes. We have completed preparation, properties, uses, conformations, isomerism of alkanes. Tomorrow onwards, we are going to start alkenes. So it is the unsaturated compound. Its nomenclature: Isomerism, preparation properties uses will be discussed tomorrow. Thank you.